Hi guys, we're back on the porch. This is the Troy and Carla show. This video is going to primarily be about Troy, but I'm going to start off by telling you what I'm wearing. I'm wearing my first, the shirt that I made first from this pattern. This is Very Easy Vogue 8815, and I made View B, but I put the high-low skirt on it. This top is one of the tops that I get the most compliments on of any of my makes, and this is a vintage fabric that I used to make this. And if you can see from this, it doesn't look like it here. It really doesn't look like it, but the waist is raised. It describes it. Fitted tops ABC have raised waist and hemline variations, narrow hem. So the waist is high. There will be some video footage of me in the dress at the end of this video, and so you can see where it is. I have another one of these cut out, and I lowered the waist 1 inch just just because I prefer it down a little bit. But I'm going to put both of those on, and then we can compare and see if maybe this is a better spot for me. I mean, I do get a lot of compliments on this top, so we'll see. I think that's one of the things about sewing, is that you can just keep trying and trying until you get it perfect. Now, it's too bright out here. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on. So I wanted to make this video with Troy because...
That's me.
Because he did a remarkable thing. So he has sewn, just say what all you've sewn so far in your life, like the first through all the things that you've sewn.
Okay, well, part of the reason I sew is we have so many vintage machines that we have to get working. So once we get them working, then I'd see if they work. And I thought, well, if I need to understand how to fix them, I need to know what they do. So I decided to make a few things. Mm-hmm. So I've made a couple of rag quilts, and a couple of pair of pajama pants, I think, is it, until I took this thing on.
Welding hat?
Oh yeah, the welding hat, yeah, and that was just to see if I could. It's a very valuable welding hat, but I factor my time into my hourly rate. It's about a $90 hat.
That was a real head scratcher, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah. So that's the sewing experience he has. Straight lines. The welding hat was by far the most complicated thing, because welding hats are lined. I think they're fully reversible. And they're always made out of fun quilting cottons in bright colors or whatever. So Troy decided, without consulting me, that he was going to make this. I'm not kidding. He was going to make a vest from a 1980 green pepper pattern. I bought this at a thrift store sometime, fully just thinking that eventually, when my sewing skills were up to par, that I would make this. But Troy, he decided he wanted to make it, and he did, you guys. I was stunned. And so I learned a lot from his journey, and the main takeaway from this, and he's going to show you the vest and talk you through it, but the main takeaway from this is, I don't know, just jump in there and do it?
Yep.
All right, so you tell us about it.
Okay, so anyway, I decided I wanted a vest, because I like to wear vests in the wintertime. Where we live, it is never really that cold that you have to have a heavy coat. So a vest is pretty good, and where I work in a classroom in the shop, sometimes to be able to have my arms free is good. So I thought I would try this. Carla only allows me to use like weird, odd fabrics, because some of the stuff she has is, strictly hands-off for me. So I went through and found a couple of weird things and thought I could make a vest out of it. So I just decided I could, and I discovered that I didn't know that I couldn't, so I did. And Carla tells me it's full of all kinds of complicated sewing procedures and whatnot, but I just did it, so I don't know how well we'll be able to show this. That's kind of what it looks like. It's got zippered pockets.
Zippers, 3 zippers. He put in 3 zippers, you guys, on welted. These are like welted zipper pockets. He did pocket welts with zippers.
So I didn't know that I couldn't do it. So anyway, it was originally designed or developed to be a fully reversible vest that you could choose your mood, I guess, and flip it around. But this is really a rough, like wool made of oil or something. It's not a great fabric, but it's
super rough.
It's really rough, so I decided I didn't want that against my skin. And Carly ended up with this weird
brushed
cotton, like a sheet or something. I don't know what it is. So I decided to use that as the lining. And so I cut it out and started. For me, it was really complicated because it all started inside out. So it was all sewn inside out and then turned around. It's supposed to be fully lined, so it kind of has pockets on the inside. But since I'm not going to reverse it, I guess I can hide my secret stuff in there. The only thing we really, the only thing we bought, I had to buy a long separating zipper, 22-inch zipper. Scarlett didn't have one, but we found in her stash a couple of good brass pocket zippers that we put in.
I think those are fly zippers.
Is that what they are? Okay. And it challenged everything that I learned from like building pants or anything like that to make it happen. We did discuss, well, I guess I'm not quite as big as I thought I was. I measured it, I think it was the large size, and it was huge.
It's
huge.
huge.
It's still, in the shoulders, my shoulders probably come to about here. But still pretty big, so we had to try to make it a little bit smaller to fit. So I took and just folded in right here.
From there to there.
Yeah, and folded that in and took that amount in, and it was still too big, particularly at the stomach. So we put, I think Carla told me this is a box pleat in the back. So I actually took probably about 3.5 or 4 inches out of the back to get that done. This whole thing probably took me about 20 hours.
Been working on it for a while.
Yeah, I started it before the state fair, and then of course when the state fair goes on, nothing else happens. And then finally got the zipper and finished it up this morning. It's been an adventure. I'll probably make another one, and then maybe at some point we'll get some fleece and make a fleece vest and see what we think about that. But it was fun. And I did it all on a vintage Kenmore, I don't know the number, it's green sewing machine. It has no reverse or zigzag because the zigzag is broken and the reverse is broken. So
no, I don't think the zigzag's broken. I don't think we have a foot for it.
Oh,
or is it broken?
Yeah, maybe the zigzag's not broken, but the reverse doesn't work. So I don't really expect it to stay together that long because there really wasn't any back stitching on it. But every seam is crossed pretty much, and it was fun. I liken sewing to when I work in the shop and weld something. It's all really about the preparation and measurement and layout. The actual work is just a secondary part of it, although welding is a lot faster than sewing a dang circle collar.
You could have made a flatbed trailer or something. So the things I want to talk about, he, first of all, I mean, he consulted with me very few times. Things he did completely without my consultation is fold this collar in. This was a very large collar because this pattern is from probably the 80s. And so he did that. He completely folded it in. He put the zipper in. He followed a YouTube video, and it turns out that video was for an unfinished garment, like a raw edge. And so he had it kind of weird, and I was looking at it, and I was like, no, that's not how you should do that. So he took the zipper out, one side of the zipper out twice, but he ordered this zipper all by himself. I did nothing with that. I saw yesterday or the day before that he got a package from Zipper Stop, and I'm like, what's Troy doing ordering from Zipper Stop without my knowledge? And so, this is the exact perfect zipper that I would have chosen. This is a beefy son of a gun. How much was this zipper?
$13.
Oh, $13. This is a $13 zipper, you guys. So it looks very much worth it. This is a fantastic zipper. It is not going to break anytime soon. I bought snaps for him at Joann's, and they were kind of expensive. I think they were $6 or $8 a package for 8 of them, and he needed like 9 or something. And so I had to buy 2 packages, and he installed them all in.
Going this way. You're such a dweeb.